right now, live at 5, Duluth's mayor is providing new information on how she's battling COVID-19 in the city, from an update on parks and golf courses to how it's impacting the city budget.
Experts say the reason your child may be acting out could be from the COVID-19 pandemic.
And the White House and congressional leaders say they're close to a deal to replenish the small business loans, which will keep people on the payroll. Plus, how a school district on the Iron Range is helping a major employer in the area.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Math. Thanks for joining us. The city of Duluth is expected to take a $25 million hit due to COVID-19. Today, Mayor Emily Larson explained to CBS3's John Cardinelli several changes the city needs to make to weather the shortfall.
Mayor Larson says that $25 million drop in revenue will make it very difficult to budget this year, which is why the city has decided to scale back on some of its plans. The $25 million shortfall mostly impacts the city's $93 million general fund used for things like libraries, public safety, planning, and technology. The city's expected to face a $6 to $9 million shortfall in tourism taxes alone. That money helps places like Lake Superior Zoo and Spirit Mountain operate. However, it wasn't all bad news today. Mayor Larson noted the city will still be fixing some streets this year. The city started collecting street sales tax in October last year, so there is money that can go towards a new revised street project. The project will allocate nearly $7 million to repair almost 15 miles of city streets.
So we have dedicated sources of revenue. We get to use them for their dedicated source. So again, that is not money that I or the council or anyone else can go in and use for any other thing. We can't use it to support libraries. We can't use it to support public safety. We get to use it for streets, and we'll be delivering a lot of value for you this year.
Along with a revised road plan, Duluth Golf, Lake Superior Zoo, Wade Stadium, and Park Point Beach House will be closed until July 1st. After July 1st, those facilities will need to submit a pandemic operation plan that lays out how they will try to limit disease transmission. The plan will then need to be approved by the city before it can resume operation. Mayor Larson also added that during these hard times, you should expect to hear much more changes when it comes to city operation.
Thanks, John. Meanwhile, small businesses in Duluth struggling during these trying times have some extra help on the way. The Duluth 1200 Fund announced today it's offering $1.2 million in grants to provide immediate financial assistance for businesses. Businesses need to employ between 2 and 50 people and have a gross revenue of $5 million or less. The Duluth Economic Development Authority will also consider 2 resolutions this week that would provide a combined $575,000 in loans to struggling businesses. DEDA is expected to vote on the resolutions Wednesday.
A cluster of coronavirus cases in southwestern Minnesota forced the closure of a big pork processing plant. JBS is closing its Worthington plant after a growing number of cases among workers there. The governor says the State Department of Health is working with the plant to address the issue. They're testing people and working with the plant to find a way to reopen safely. Governor Tim Walz says he knows this will have a big economic impact on the community and on hog farms in the state. During his press briefing today, Governor Walz also spoke about his phone call with President Trump over the weekend. He says it was a good conversation. They talked about the challenges of getting PPE and testing. Walz called the president on Friday after Trump tweeted criticism of the stay-home order. Wisconsin's governor is rolling out a new plan that will help reopen the state when the time comes. Democratic Governor Tony Evers announced the Badger Bounce Back plans today. It's a multifaceted approach geared towards identifying when the state can safely reopen. The plan includes 3 different phases. The 3 phases involve seeing a decline in case reports, positive tests, and making sure hospitals have enough room to house patients, as well as a robust testing program. The governor also announced they are deploying National Guard teams to locations across the state.
These National Guard teams will set up and administer testing in communities where they are needed most. In fact, their work has already begun.
The first site was set up this weekend in Milwaukee at the House of Corrections. Governor Evers also mentions they will be increasing lab capacity and setting a goal of 85,000 tests per week.
The vice president told FEMA staffers he believes the country is getting through the coronavirus crisis. This comes as lawmakers are optimistic about a deal to give additional money to a popular small business relief program 1 week after its funding ran out. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Vice President Mike Pence thanked workers at FEMA headquarters today, where he participated in a conference call with the nation's governors.
We're seeing very encouraging signs, even in hot spots around the country, that cases are leveling and in some cases going down.
As parts of the country hope to move towards a gradual reopening, some state governors are calling for federal help with testing supplies.
Testing is up to the states. I'd like the federal government to help on those supply chain issues.
This will take a while because the testing ecosystem and infrastructure is being built for this unprecedented pandemic.
President Trump says he will use the Defense Production Act to acquire more cotton swabs. Lawmakers are working on securing more funding for hospitals and testing as part of the deal to replenish the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses. Negotiators say it could pass by later this week.
Our job is to make it faster and simpler and to fix it. And that's what I hope will happen here with this new tranche of money that hopefully will approve here very, very soon.
Meanwhile, one major company, Shake Shack, announced it is giving back its $10 million loan from the program.
Their issue was the franchises qualified, but they decided it wasn't the right thing.
White House economic advisors warn second quarter GDP numbers could be the lowest since the Great Depression, but they believe the economy will bounce back when the country reopens.
The U.S., Mexico, and Canada have jointly agreed to a 30-day extension on their non-essential travel restrictions between each country due to the coronavirus crisis. Let's take a quick look at some of the cases in our region. In Michigan, there are 32,000 cases with more than 2,400 deaths. In Minnesota, there are more than 2,300 cases with 130 deaths. And over in Wisconsin, there are more than 4,000 cases with more than 200 deaths. Worldwide, there are nearly 2.5 million cases and nearly 700,000 recoveries.
Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, we have been on quite a roller coaster today. We saw some rain, some snow, and now it looks like the sun is coming out.
Yeah, it's quite a Jekyll and Hyde day, Kristen. When the sun is out, it's awfully spring-like. And when the snow flurries are coming down, it feels like winter. It's much colder. And this is the roller coaster that we will be riding tonight and through tomorrow as well, as a trough of lower pressure skirts along the Canadian border and drags its tail through our area till at least this time come tomorrow afternoon. Let's take a live local look at what's happening over towards Jacobson and Highway 65. That's one of our more western towns here, so what they're getting should be what we're getting in just a little bit. And the roads out there are wet, but it looks like the big fat sassy snowflakes have ended for the time being. Anywhere from 20 to 40% chance around the region for them to reappear in that on and off fashion, like I mentioned, overnight here tonight. A quick look at our forecast here for tomorrow. Our day planner is going to show us that we'll get up in the morning with a slight chance for flurries, should get a bit of a break midday, and then later on in the day that mix could come back. For how long, I'll tell you in more detail in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a generous donation in Red Cliff, plus a pop-up pantry in Grand Rapids. That and more coming up on City by City.
And tonight at 6, it's fire season, and we have some tips to keep you safe.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
The Garage, it's your space. Get a garage fit for all of your agricultural needs with our Farmer 40x40 garage. Store all the equipment needed to get the job done. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages. Built right, priced right.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
Looking for a safe, effective alternative to ibuprofen? Curamin is pure, high-potency curcumin, the strongest natural anti-inflammatory there is, with no side effects.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Jim Pearl Construction has been awarded the title of Authorized Replacement Contractor by the Marvin Window and Door Company. This entitles us to give better pricing and longer warranties on Marvin's high-quality windows and doors. We are the only authorized replacement contractor in the Northland. This caps off our 49 years of being your professional, dependable, and honest home improvement contractor. Please call us for any of your home improvement needs.
Understanding the world begins with the right questions.
Do you trust Kim Jong-un?
Doesn't the blame reside with Jewel? Is it now our top terrorist threat?
With the right people.
So you have forgiven?
I have now.
Right here.
Check this out.
More news.
I'm Tony DeCoppel with CBS News.
More original reporting.
It puts everything in perspective. We are on a mission with NASA.
Every morning on CBS This Morning.
We're going to begin with breaking news.
Welcome back to CBS 3 Live at 5. Here's a live look from Grand Rapids where some local residents are stepping up to help their community. More on that coming up. A pop-up pantry is serving residents in need in Grand Rapids, plus new closures in Wisconsin. That and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. We'll start things off today in Grand Rapids, where one local resident is doing his part to support those in need during the COVID-19 pandemic. Gary Fortune set up a pop-up pantry in his front yard with simple instructions. If you need something, take it. And if you have something, leave it. The pantry has been a success with residents stopping by daily to drop food off and pick items up. Now to Mountain Iron, where the Delta Airlines Engagement Center was in need of more space in order to comply with social distancing guidelines. Luckily, the school district in Mountain Iron had a vacant building for them to use. Delta has begun the process of relocating nearly 100 of its more than 400 employees to the former MIB high school. Delta said they are also in the process of building a new space. Now to Ashland, Wisconsin, where a local after-school program is finding creative ways to help keep kids engaged despite the lockdown. The Ashland Spark program is reaching out to their young members with virtual hangouts, Snapchat events, and Zoom meetings. Organizers with the group say they are doing everything from virtual cooking classes to group movie watching. And in Red Cliff, a very generous donation from commercial anglers is keeping people fed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Bainbridge Fisheries teamed up with other local commercial fishing companies to donate nearly 1,000 pounds of fish to the Red Cliff community. The idea was already in the making a year ago, but the COVID-19 pandemic gave the anglers new focus as many people deal with the hardship of a statewide lockdown. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, Earth Day is still a go for one area teacher. We'll show you how. And Dave will have your full weather forecast coming up next.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Our shower was like 20 years old and it was just in the worst condition. We had a new shower put in and it was acrylic and there's hardly any cleaning compared to the other one. We decided to call Bath Planet, and Wayne did contact us, and he made sure that it was a good time for us.
He came here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Job was done by 4 o'clock.
I'm so glad that we chose Bath Planet.
For a free estimate, call Bath Planet today at 218-228-0435.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Leave with the savings.
Purdy Lawn Service, offering mowing, fertilizing, aerating, landscaping, and snow removal in the Duluth Superior area. Call 218-341-9860 for free estimates and visit us on Facebook. Purdy Lawn Service, unbeatable quality and service. Now hiring seasonal and full-time employees.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Save big on remaining 18, 19, and 20 boats at RJ Sport & Cycle.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Jim Peralt.
The on and off rain and snow showers we're getting are actually a blessing because to our southwest, the fire danger has become high, and that's threatening to creep into our region too because of low relative humidities for the past couple of days. But a little precip now be worth a pound of cure later. So hopefully we get enough to indeed keep the problem away from us and solve that problem to the southwest. Now, let's take a look at sky conditions around our region because the precip has been a bit of a mixed bag here. One moment we're getting it and the next we're not. And eyeing up the current conditions around the region, you do see some towns have sunshine right now, others have clouds, and when the clouds are around, we're getting a rain and snow mix. 20 to 40% chance around our region that mix will continue tonight and through tomorrow as well before higher pressure settles in by midweek to clear us up, if not warm us up. We're also entering a cold snap here with temperatures below normal. Normal's around 50, and frankly, I don't think we're going to see that again until about Saturday or so. Right now at the airport in Duluth, it's 36 degrees, and that relative humidity is up to 76%. Our air pressure is fairly low at 29.55 inches of mercury, or 1,001 millibars. Again, it's a lower pressure trough. Skirts along the Canadian border. Its center is well over to the east, but it's dragging its elongated tail through the area, and right now that's creating rain showers for some towns and snow showers for others. The rain is marked off in the green, and the white, of course, indicates the snow. And like I mentioned, that mix could continue through tonight and into tomorrow as well because of that trough of lower pressure that continues to drag through the area, bringing that chance for the mix, at least for our Tuesday. But come Wednesday, things change up. The low pressure system moves farther to the east. The precip goes down the chain of the Great Lakes, and then a western low builds in. And it may not really clear us up by Wednesday, maybe only partly sunny, but it should at least dry us up for a little while. There's a couple more rain and snow chances coming our way this week, which we'll show you now with our 7-day forecast. And that 7-day forecast tonight in Minnesota indicates low temps getting pretty chilly, as cold as 15 in Ely, as warm as 25 towards Moose Lake, and windy too. Northwesterly wind will run 10 to 20 miles per hour. Low temps in Wisconsin and Michigan, they'll be a little bit warmer, but still fairly brisk for this time of year, 20 to 25 degrees with a 40% chance for the rain snow mix continuing like we're getting in that on and off fashion right now for a lot of our towns. Tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, sunshine, maybe a little bit. That wind doesn't the wind just pushed my camera around, took a shot of the garage. It's windy too. Now 5 to 15 at least with gusts towards 30. Tomorrow Wisconsin, highs maybe as warm as 45 degrees. Let's get it to Minnesota for tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast for Minnesota will show maybe a little slice of sun here and there with a chance for some rain showers mixed in, just like today. High temps will run from 38 to 44 degrees, and the wind on Minnesota's side of life will be on the gustier side as well. Our extended forecast, will things change up? Yeah, indeed, I do think they will by midweek when that high comes in, but maybe only for one day. Wednesday's partly sunny, dry, 43. Thursday and Friday, our next low pressure system brings in a 30% chance for another round of mixes, but the highs creep upwards. And then come Saturday and Sunday, it should be reasonably sunny and pretty close to normal for temperatures, 50 to 52 degrees. And that's where we're supposed to be this time of year. So we patient Northlanders, if we just continue to be patient, maybe we'll get something nice.
Yeah, it sounds windy out there in your neck of the woods, Dave. I almost couldn't hear you for a second there, but we did hear the 50s and sun forecasted for the weekend, so that's all that really matters. Thanks, Dave.
They might be holding classes online, but that's not stopping One Northland College from celebrating Earth Week. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is holding its annual celebration via the internet. They're using technology to connect and talk about our impacts on the environment. This year's theme is It's a Small World. Organizers say it's a very timely discussion.
I think it's really a good time to reflect on some of the ways that we impact the earth, what we can do to live better, because I think a lot of people are taking this time to reflect in all aspects of their life.
Each day will have a different topic, including plastic pollution in Lake Superior, seasonal plant and animal changes, and regional pollution issues.
Experts say the reason your child may be acting out lately could be driven from isolation and the stress from the COVID-19 pandemic. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke with the psychologist who says there's something you can do to help.
I think people are starting to recognize that the social distancing is going to last a lot longer than we initially thought.
Governors extending stay-at-home orders across the U.S. have people everywhere feeling the impacts.
It's normal to feel anxious and upset and sad over everything that we've sort of lost.
But even the youngest citizens are having a tough time.
Kids are really struggling.
Depending on the age, their social emotional vocabulary may be limited, causing them to act out, says licensed psychologist St. Luke's Dr. Tara Richter.
So they don't have the words to say, I'm angry or I'm sad that I can't go play with my friend, but they're going to act out.
Another factor can be needing to take control back of situations.
When they can't do that, or they figure out, I can't control the situation, they're going to control what they can.
Causing mood swings or uncontrollable behavior.
Lots of irritability, I'm not going to do that. Just straight oppositionality, because they don't have control.
Dr. Richter says the best thing to do is to talk to them.
It's okay to prompt them with a feeling and say, do you think you're feeling sad?
Essentia mental health counselor Chelsea Harju agrees.
But it is important to not just assume that your kids are okay and not to just assume that they know what's happening.
Harju says this is the perfect time to get creative to help beat and dissect through these feelings. Remembering that you, the parents, are doing the best you can is also key.
As a parent, this is really time to give yourself grace.
Still to come, how one local woman is helping protect city employees one mask at a time.
And Governor Evers is getting some pushback on his stay-at-home order.
You love the look of exterior lighting, but lighting contractors cost a fortune. And wiring your own lights? Well, don't try that at home. You need Disc Lights by Bell & Howell, the portable, powerful, solar-powered LED outdoor lights that mount flat to the ground to create incredible cascades of light. Best of all, there's no wiring at all. Just press Disc Light flat to the ground and you're done. Bell & Howell Disc Lights utilize light conversion technology that absorb the sun's energy in storage cells, where it's converted into solar-powered electricity. So when the sun goes down, Disc Lights come up for 10 full hours and turn off automatically in daylight. And now you can get this set of 4 Bell & Howell Disc Lights for just $19.95. But wait, order today and we'll even ship it to you free. But there's more. Order today and you can get a second set of 4 Disc Lights. Just pay a separate fee. So don't delay. Order your Bell & Howell Disc Lights today. Call now.
Call 1-800-902-5994 or go to disclights.com. That number again is 1-800-902-5994 or order online at disclights.com.
Access North. Over 30 years of service throughout northeastern Minnesota.
The Center for Independent Living provides so many valuable services for so many people of varying disabilities.
For people in need of personal care support within the home, Access North offers PCA Choice Services. And if the need is help with daily housekeeping, ask about their homemaking services. Call Access North today.
I highly recommend Access North in northeast Minnesota.
Asbestos diseases like mesothelioma, lung cancer, and asbestosis can be devastating. That's why I called Asbestos Disease LLC. They were there when I needed them most. Asbestos Disease LLC helps victims and family members who were exposed to asbestos get the compensation they deserve from big companies and bankruptcy trusts. Call Asbestos Disease LLC at 800-547-4189. Get the right help when you need it most.
Buying from Hibbing Chrysler Center is as easy as browse, click, buy. Just go to our website at hibbingchryslercenter.net and browse our huge selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles from the comfort of your home. Click to explore financing options on your perfect vehicle, get a guaranteed trade-in price with our True Car Trade tool, schedule a test drive, sign the paperwork when you're ready to buy, schedule a time for pickup or delivery of your vehicle, and that's it. Browse, click, buy with Hibbing Chrysler Center. We have convenient solutions for all of your vehicle needs.
Our goal is an environment of decency, quality, and mutual respect for all human beings and all other living creatures. It's tremendously encouraging to see all across this country the remarkable interest on an issue which is not only just an issue of survival, but an issue of how we survive.
A small idea, a world of change. Join us on April 22nd to commemorate 50 years of Earth Day.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. I'm going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Duke FM.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
A Duluth woman is helping keep her husband and his colleagues at the city's maintenance department healthy during the pandemic. Tricia Peterson is making homemade double-lined masks for them. She says she wants to make sure they are safe and healthy while on the job. She's made about 75 masks so far and says she isn't done yet.
They're out there working, and people need to see that they went back to work and they're taking care of the streets and they're doing their job and they care about what they're doing. I'm continuing to make masks for people as needed. I have lots of material and lots of masks that I'm still making, so I'm still going.
Peterson is hoping that her actions have a ripple effect throughout the community. She's urging people with some free time to help out their neighbors during the pandemic.
Officials in Itasca County are asking people who return to the area to take precautions to not spread COVID-19. They're asking anyone returning to the area to quarantine for 2 weeks. According to a release from the county, they are asking people to make arrangements with family and friends to drop off groceries and other essential items. They're also asking you not to visit local gas stations or grocery stores until your 14-day quarantine has ended. They also want people to maintain proper social distancing guidelines. A group of Wisconsin bar owners wants the governor to let them reopen weeks before the end of the stay-home order. The Tavern League of Wisconsin wants bars and restaurants to be allowed to reopen on May 1st. The lobbying group says these businesses could safely open by implementing a variety of measures to protect against the spread of COVID-19. Governor Tony Evers extended the stay-home order until May 26th.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News tonight, with protests across the country, the White House warns Boston, Philadelphia, and Chicago could be the next hotspots. And we'll tell you which state will open hair salons and gyms this Friday. Plus, at a time when we need them most, why are some doctors and nurses taking a pay cut? And we end tonight with a Broadway star belting out tunes from his window to inspire hope during the pandemic. That's all coming up on the CBS Evening News.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over-the-air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Did you know that over 90% of today's top-rated television shows can be watched for free, including live sports, news, and the hottest sitcoms, all for free with TV Freeway Gold. Simply plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite HD broadcast television shows free. TV Freeway Gold uses premium gold-plated connectors, giving you high-quality signal transfer so you can watch all your major channels, all in high definition, absolutely free, anywhere you want, even on your boat. So you can cut the cord and get TV the freeway with TV Freeway Gold for only $19.99 for free TV forever. But when you order now, you can get a second TV Freeway Gold for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship them both to you free. But you have to order now.
Call 1-800-408-5417. That's 1-800-408-5417. Or visit tvfreewaygold.com. Order now.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTZO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
#1 for the most new country.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look out over the Duluth Harbor, where we had a mixed bag of weather today. Dave Anderson will have more on that at 6, but for now, let's have a quick look at today's top stories and see what's coming up later tonight. Duluth's budget is expected to take a $25 million hit due to COVID-19. The shortfall mostly impacts the city's $93 million general fund that's used for things like libraries, public safety, planning, and technology. The city is expected to face a $6 to $9 million shortfall in tourism taxes alone. That money helps places like the Lake Superior Zoo and Spirit Mountain operate.
Stay-at-home orders being extended are causing people everywhere to feel the impacts, but experts also say even the youngest citizens are having a tough time. A mental health counselor from Essentia we spoke with today says the reason your child may be acting out lately could be driven from isolation and the stress from the COVID-19 pandemic. And coming up tonight at 6, there is an increased danger for fires this time of year. Coming up, we hear from the Duluth Fire Marshal to find out what people can do to keep themselves and their property safe during this time.
That's your well, go ahead.
We're just so excited.
Yeah, I know.
That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
We'll see you back at 6.